Hello and welcome to the most underrated show on the internet.
Or what's with 11? That was really funny.
Thanks. I wanted to tell you something, Justice.
Uh-huh.
I had a dream.
Oh boy.
And just like...
Okay, first off, for those of you who are uninitiated and are coming in here a little late, if Joe has a dream, it's important. Some of the best moments on this podcast come from Joe's dreams.
Well, just like all...
Joe's jeans, it's Joe's dreams.
I think I've made that joke several times already. I don't know if anyone not from Spokane will know what that is.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the dream that was important.
Okay.
It was when I woke up.
Okay.
And this is...
Oh, this is also good thing.
Yes. Yeah. So I woke up and I had a thought.
Okay.
I don't remember what my dream was.
Anything that you would verbalize out loud? Almost exclaiming it like you have before?
I didn't exclaim it, but I did verbalize it. Okay?
I love this.
And I thought out loud to myself, am I the real me? Or is the version of me in people's heads the real me?
Ooh. Whoa. It had nothing to do with your dream.
I can't remember the dream.
Am I the real me?
Am I the real me?
Or are people's opinions of me the real me?
Me in people's heads, the real me. What do you think of that?
Okay, so what do you mean by me in people's heads?
So like, your version of me in your head is different than me.
Right.
So is that the real me?
No.
Or am I the real me?
I think you're the real me.
I don't know if that's true.
So
I think if enough people have the same version of you in their head.
No, but here's the kicker, because we've kind of talked about things like this or along the same lines as this. Nobody's going to see the realest version of you other than like the really the people that are closest to you, right?
Will they though? I don't even know if they will.
Maybe. I mean, obviously we put up a front a little bit with everybody.
I don't even know if it's a front. I just don't think it's possible to really share the full you to someone. Because they're going to take their life in, like, they're going to change you in their head.
Have their own preconceived notions of you?
Not even preconceived, but just they're going to mix them with you.
Yeah, that definitely happens for sure.
So is then that the real you?
I've never thought so.
Late Night Joe did.
I've always considered myself, like, I guess, compartmentalize certain parts of myself.
Oh, what now?
Compartmentalize?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, I have different versions of me for different situations.
Yeah.
But they're still me. They're just different versions.
But then
I have work me. I have, I guess, church me. Then I have
podcast
me.
You.
I have podcast me and me when I'm at home. But they're all different versions of me. But I don't feel like
Which is the real you?
All of them.
That's not true. I don't think it is. Is it really you if you know you're putting on a show?
It's not a show.
But it is a show.
It's just...
You're putting on a performance.
It's just different versions of the same me. Like, say, work me is more focused on tasks and doing a good job at work, maybe being more social than I would normally be, because as you know, if it was all up to me, I'd live under a rock and never go anywhere.
You would be Mr. Rockman.
And I'd be Rockman.
And then you would be... continue.
Yeah, but I still think of that version as a big part of me. I think that it's just... People don't always see the lounge me, like where I'm just in my, like, literally PJs all day and just hanging out with my son. But that's still me.
Because I do the same thing.
Right.
And I don't think that's the real me.
What do you think is the real you then?
I don't know anymore. I think the real me...
You're not allowed to think these thoughts anymore.
I think the real me is the me in people's heads.
No, because here's the thing though. Every version of that person is different.
So I'm different around every person.
But the only one that's consistent is you.
I'm not consistent.
You're more consistent than them.
No. Think of, you go to work every day, or
Yeah.
almost every day.
Yeah.
How much...
You might not want to use me as an example. I am a creature of habit. So I could say
but
that
here's the thing. Does it matter how much time you've been in that version? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No.
Like, so say if I go to work 40 hours a week,
Right.
then because that's 40 hours and I only go to church for 2 hours a week,
Right. Is the work
then
version
the
of
work
you.
version of me is more me than the church version of me. How do you change like,
Well, that's why I'm saying they're all you.
I don't think any of them are. I think the only you is the you in people's heads. And you're only present when they're thinking of you.
Joe, can I be real with the people on the podcast?
Off- When are we fake?
Never. But
That wouldn't be very
so,
real of us.
full disclosure for Joe, he has struggled with reality before.
What? You call me a disassociator?
I think so. So I understand why your brain would go to this, but this is a really like to me, it's one of those pitfalls of being like, am I even real?
Yeah, I don't think
Or am I
that.
only? You literally just said, "Am I only really real when people are around?"
No,
Because
no,
that's
no.
when they're actually thinking about. You said those words just
Yeah,
now.
I think that no, like maybe I'm an NPC
You're not though.
unless people are around.
You're not. But
But even
this is
then,
also going to the lines of the things that you don't think anything you do is important.
well, it goes into that whole. I don't know what it's actually called, but the side character. I'm a
Yeah.
side character in people's lives. Like there's main characters
Which is
and there's side
hilarious
characters.
because of the way you act around people. Because you act like main character. You bring a lot of
Well,
main character
I have
energy.
main character vibes.
You have main character energy. But
But
is that a pitfall of main characters that they don't think that they're good enough?
here's the thing.
It is definitely, by the way.
I think in more honesty, it's people pleasers.
That struggle with this?
I think so. I think if you're a real people pleaser, then it doesn't matter who you are. You just want to make sure other people
That the version
are
of you.
okay.
You're
and
not the
happy.
same. I think that you, like, what you just described is the closest thing to what you actually are trying to say.
No, I will do things to make sure that I mean, everyone does, but like people's view of me stays the same.
Yeah. Even if it's
And
not
that's
necessarily
different
a
for other
good,
people.
yeah, because some people like it has to be a good thing, but sometimes you want somebody to have this level of expectation of you.
Yeah, this is very surface. It's very
This is
for those
lo-
that can't see what Justice is doing.
And doing a surface level motion.
Yeah.
Do you think you're still a people pleaser?
Yes.
Do you think it's as bad as before?
I don't know. I'm not around enough people.
I'd say you're around more people. So what do you think?
Well, it depends on what time period we're going through.
Yeah,
If we're talking about like Africa times, no way.
I'm talking
If we're talking about the past 2 years,
like in Africa, you didn't care about pleasing people.
no, I think I think I wanted to make sure. I did. I was a big people pleaser. Here's the thing about me, okay?
Oh, real, even more real.
Because
Dude, you brought it in. We got serious and heavy right off the get go.
I am a people pleaser.
Yeah.
That also doesn't. I don't know if this is even possible. That doesn't care. Like
It's definitely in my mind that whole idea of you saying I don't care, but I'm a people pleaser
yeah.
is one of those like logical fallacies.
Well, so maybe that's why this reality thing makes more sense than people pleasing to me. Because I don't know if it's necessarily a people pleasing. I love to do things for people.
You do.
I think it's my love language.
Yeah, acts
One
of
of the
service.
originals, so you don't have to be
Yeah,
upset about it.
definitely. Acts of service.
But so that's why I think where I really sat up in the middle of the night and thought, I don't think I'm the real me. I think the version of me in people's heads is the real me, and I'm just trying to match that to me.
I would like I could see maybe somebody thinking that about you, maybe. But I've known you your whole life, my man.
Yeah.
There's very original Joe things
Well, yes. So
that have not come from other people.
no. But that's been provided.
The history of
The
Joe
original has been provided, but now I have to make sure that what's the word I'm looking for? Like the outline.
matches.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I just ate bad food last night and woke up funky. I don't
It was
know.
probably just staying up till 2 a.m. with an energy drink in your system.
It made so much sense to me when I thought about
Just
it.
like the two wolves.
I literally what?
Just like the two wolves makes so much sense to you.
The tools?
Two wolves.
Two wolves. Well, that's just reality. I have a problem. I have a
The
problem.
more we talk about it, it's like clearly Joe has some mental issues, has a hard time with reality.
I think next week I'm gonna come to something to the table
Okay.
that is gonna be very embarrassing.
Why not this week?
I don't know if I'm ready to expose myself yet.
Okay.
And I want to tease the people.
Tease. Come on back.
Yeah.
Do I know this thing?
No, I think you do, but you don't want to admit that you know it.
Okay. That's even
'cause
more
You
tantalizing for me.
you know it because it's me.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows it, but no one wants to say it out loud. And it's my problem. It's my cross to bear.
Have I never said it out loud to you? I'm usually pretty.
don't think so.
I'm usually pretty upfront
No.
with what I feel about you, Joe.
Well, yeah. Okay, it's gonna be too big not to just. So I might as well say it now.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm gonna wait.
All right. You can't not do it now.
No, I'm gonna do it next week. Tune in to episode 24 to hear.
Are we
what
gonna
is
have an
wrong with
episode
me.
about 24, the hit TV show?
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's the biggest TV show of our generation.
It's pretty good.
It's not. I mean, it is okay. It's not the best show of our generation. That is Lost, and will remain to be lost.
Joe, I like that.
Thanks.
I think I also must say the random pauses in my talking. I keep wanting to belch, and I'm trying to hold it back several
do
times.
it.
No, it's all right.
Let the people.
But I'm
hear.
feeling the tension here from holding things back.
Is it making your mouth a little sweaty?
Salivaty.
So, yeah.
Yeah, a little moist.
Nice. Everyone likes a moist mouth.
Drooly.
Do you ever? The other thing about me
Yeah.
that I want to share publicly to everyone.
I love this episode of being real.
I wake up with my finger in my nose almost every night.
That's impossible.
No, it's not.
That's impossible.
And it's only happened since taking
Opiate.
hydros.
Opioids, hydros.
Every night I wake up either with I'm being dead serious.
Can't be real. You can't be telling me the truth. No.
Either one of my fingers in my
How
nose.
far?
Sometimes deep and other times at surface level. But that's why with your son, I feel like he knows because he comes to me and just starts picking his nose and I won't stop him.
You encourage him. He picks his nose so much
It's like,
now.
I get it, dude. I get it.
Wow.
It's one of those things.
Wow.
Do you think you have a...
That's never happened to me.
You've never woken up with a finger
never
up?
ever woken
What about
up.
your wife's nose?
Never.
Oh.
I just for curiosity's sake. How about you, babe? Have you?
No?
Okay. Got a head shake. No.
Okay. I was nervous, so with my ex, I didn't know if maybe there would be times I would attempt. I don't know. I don't know. Without,
Trying to get it up her nose.
Hey, let's get up here.
I like to picture you asleep, like struggling, tossing, turning, and all of a sudden you're just like, I know what will fix it.
It's so weird.
Stick your finger up your nose, and then, yeah.
Well, and that's like I don't know how long I sleep like that, or if I wake myself up by doing it. And
Just
that's
by
why I
keep
always
pushing it up.
notice
It's because you want to tickle that brain. You just keep
I'm
pushing
trying to
it
change
in
the
there.
channel. Boink.
It's like, I don't like what I'm seeing right now. Change. That's a wild thing to confess on this podcast. like you look at your finger halfway up your nose.
I know some people already know it, but I just want to hear if other people do that. It would make me feel less weird.
Yeah.
One other thing,
Okay.
and then
I
then
like
I
it.
have a next topic to go
Okay.
to.
Okay.
Do you ever?
Uh-huh.
Do you ever lay down in the shower and pretend it's raining on you?
Yes.
Do you really?
I have done that.
Do you do it
I
because of
have
Lost?
done that. No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done that in a very, very long time. But from the way you're talking about it, it makes it sound like this was not that long ago.
So I haven't done it in a long time again. But as you know, I've become a bath guy for
A bath guy, yes,
for
for health
certain
reasons.
health reasons, as I think we talked about on my anus journey.
You never updated. We did find out what was wrong.
I got the Hims.
You got hemorrhoids.
Yeah, it sucks, guys.
You're not even 30 yet.
Shut up. What do you? I'm sorry. How's your gout treating you?
I haven't had
How's
gout in
your
a long
mommy
time.
thumb?
It's gone, man. I'm healed. Praise the Lord.
But yes, doing baths, becoming a bath guy, I really wanted to do it again, and so
You recently did this.
I
didn't you?
I did it this week, where I pretended I was Jack from Lost, waking up to pouring rain.
Did you feel really cool?
I felt really cool.
I've
And then I kind of looked at my naked body and was like, I'm not cool. I am not as cool as I think I am.
Oh no. So
When last
I'm
did you do
trying.
it?
I'm trying to think about the last time that I did it, and I can't help but think that it was probably not as cool of a version of you, honestly, because mine's just emo kid type of situation. You
Do you
know,
think you did it with clothes?
I don't think I did it with
Okay.
clothes.
Because that would have been the next level of emo.
I would have been too particular, I think, to do that.
Yeah.
I don't like certain things.
Do
a
you
certain
think it was
way.
doing emotional?
I do.
Okay.
I do think it had to have been around that time. Had to have been. And like we were both very imaginative kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like you're putting yourself in like a situation like
Oh, do you
it's-
remember your situation?
it's like a noir setting, you know, like it's
Black and white.
black and white. It's a sad situation. You're just in the rain and you're just feeling the feels
yeah.
and stuff. That's the best I can remember. I couldn't tell you the exact exchange, but I knew it was in Africa.
That is, I would strongly suggest trying it again.
Just even talking about it,
Kind of makes you want to do
I
it.
want to try it again.
And pretend you're Jack from Lost.
I am
Do
Jack
it.
from Lost.
You are.
Yeah.
I burped.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That is wonderful, by the way. Just that. This week. The fact that you were that you wanted to relive the laying down, eye-opening, waking up.
Boom.
Joe, I know you like sometimes are like, it'd be nice to like just be alone sometimes, and I just think it's a good thing you are not alone. It's a good thing you have roommates.
Yeah. I can understand why I would be a complicated guy to be in a relationship with. Don't interrupt me. I'm Jack. Wake up, picking their nose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Justice.
All right.
This is a very important time of year
It is.
for the world, but specifically gamers. The game of the year awards or whatever is coming right around
And
the
they're
corner.
right around the corner.
Do you know the nominees?
I don't.
All right, I'm going to tell you, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Astrobot.
Yeah.
This is for specifically game of the year.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other categories, which I will get into because there's a very important one to talk about. But for game of the year, Astrobot,
Okay.
Balrato, some card game. I don't know. Obviously, you can tell.
Balretto?
That word.
Balatro.
Balatro. Thank you, sir. Black Myth Wukong,
Okay.
Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Which is weird because that really didn't have staying power.
Yeah, but I guess maybe because I'm not a PlayStation guy.
It not even on PlayStation. It had an initial interest and then people just kind of fell off of it. It didn't have that staying power.
Your the ReFantasio game.
Metaphor? That's a great one.
And then last but
Haven't
not
played
least,
it, but it's great.
we played the demo.
It seemed fun to me.
The Elden Ring DLC.
Uh-huh.
This is the first time
A DLC
a DLC has been in
nomination.
for Game of the Year.
Yeah. Which doesn't bode well for the rest of the games of this year that a DLC.
It's kind of a tell, right?
Yeah.
So would that make Elden Ring a 2-time Game of the Year game?
Game of the yeah, it would if it wins.
That's insane.
This is a tough one. Mm-hmm. It is a huge DLC.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's like a 40-hour
Yeah.
expansion.
I mean, the original game was like a 100-hour game, so it's 20 to 40 hours is still
Have you
huge.
ever finished it?
No,
Yeah, because Willie's better than you.
he is. Just I've already admitted this on the podcast,
Yeah,
Joe.
but every time I can get you to do it, it's
It doesn't bother me. I think that's part of the reason I stopped. Is
probably
that you
because
just harassed me so much about it that I just
that's a
stopped.
great excuse to lay down in the shower.
I
Think about how
couldn't
much
beat
Willie
Elden
is.
Ring. Willie's better than me. I don't like that a DLC is considered up for Game of the Year because it
Oh.
is not a full game. It is it's an expansion of what already came before.
I think it should have its own category.
It should have its own category. If there is a big enough DLC or expansion, because DLC doesn't really count in my opinion. Expansions, like full, huge games, like
Like Blood and Wine. from
Blood and
Witcher.
Wine, yeah.
That was the first one I thought of where people were like, they don't deserve it. And I was like, I'm sure this Elden Ring deserves it.
yeah,
Like to be mentioned. Blood and Wine would have definitely.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the best DLCs ever created.
Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I've never played it, but
people
that's supposed to
love
be
Phantom
amazing.
Liberty. So it deserves a spot in the
Yes.
Game Awards,
Yeah.
but I don't think it deserves to be Game of the Year.
Out of these 6.
Metaphor, and I haven't even played it.
I think it's Astrobot.
I mean,
Selfishly.
Astrobot looks so much fun.
Yeah, and we just need
And I
more
loved,
games like that.
I loved Astrobot, the first one.
yeah, the like
loved it.
tech demo.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah,
But if it comes down on a decent sale, I'll definitely pick it up.
I am very excited for this year's Game of the Year stuff. Did we talk about this on the podcast or did we talk about outside the podcast?
What?
That we're gonna do our own.
We mentioned it very loosely last podcast.
So I think in the next few weeks we're gonna do our Game of the Year.
Our Game of the Year stuff.
Justices and my own, and then ones we're most disappointed in. Kind of stuff like that.
And the worst games of the year that we've
Yes.
played. Yeah.
What I want to say,
Uh-huh.
because I was so disappointed, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, has 2 nominations this year.
Best story.
No.
Okay.
That would drive me insane.
Sound design.
No.
Music.
There is a category called Best Impact,
Oh my god.
and it's on that list. But the one that I hope it wins is for her Max's
Voice actress.
Hannah.
She got
Taylor.
nominated?
Yeah, for performance, and
Okay.
she deserves that win.
Okay.
She does.
Do you think it has an impact, Joe? Do you think the
Oh yeah.
story?
No. Trust me,
think
that
this-
game has an impact, just not the one they wanted. I love that they're trying to do either completely ignore or do a bunch of damage control where like they are at war with the subreddit, and it is awesome. It's so fun to just be like a fly on the wall and watch it all go down.
Eating popcorn.
Like, ah.
This is amazing.
Justice,
What?
that was the perfectest segue you could have ever had,
Popcorn?
because I want to get all cozy in a blanket, get some popcorn, and I want the people, the fans of What's with the Lemon, to experience something I've loved the past few years. And Justice does this thing where his wife loves Hallmark movies.
Uh-huh.
And so they watch them for the past few years. And just to me and a few other of his close friends, he likes to give us reviews. And I thought all of you lovely people deserve to hear some of these reviews.
So, Joe, you know what time it is?
What time is it, Justice?
It's ho, 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 Hallmark movie time!
Justice, when I tell you this has been one of the few things this week that has made me very excited. I'm so excited. What was the movie that you watched? What was the first Christmas movie of the year?
I gotta give my wife a lot of credit for this. She knows what's going on.
Okay.
And she, I think, tried to find the worst looking movie that she possibly could find.
Start off with a banger.
Yes. This Hallmark movie. Again, was this one actually a Hallmark movie? Okay, this is a legit
This is a real Hallmark movie.
Hallmark branded movie.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It is called A Very Merry Toy Store. And Joe, I might not get to them all, but my notes.
Oh my God.
My notes on the movie. So,
Set the scene.
set the
brother.
scene. So the whole point of this whole movie, if anybody's never watched a Hallmark movie, they are the most ridiculously paced movies, and they're just stories that make no sense really.
Aren't they all pretty much the same movie too?
Almost exactly. So in this situation, you got two toy store owners who work right next to each other.
A small town?
Small town.
That's got to be a small town.
There's a mayor involved. So you got two of them. You got the blonde.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Male or female?
female.
The blonde is the female.
But she has a blonde brother as well. So we got two blondes.
Two blondes.
The brother comes into this a few
Oh,
times.
God.
So you got two blondes. And they inherited their store from their dad,
Okay.
who loved their toy store. Then you got
Does she have a name?
Connie.
Connie.
Connie, if I recall,
God.
is her name. Then you got, so her toy store, it doesn't really matter, but it's called Forrester's.
Everything matters here, Justice.
And then her rivals is called DeNova's,
Okay.
which is also the guy's name.
And it's
DeNova.
also right next to it.
My first note of the movie, DeNova's a stupid name.
Is that his first or last name?
I think it's his first.
Okay.
It's not apparently,
Okay.
but it's his last name.
okay.
Whatever.
Still.
his motivation. This okay.
Is his motivation not
as I-
selling toys?
As I explain this movie, can I tell you that I wasn't sure who the villain was for the most this time?
Isn't that what most Oliver?
No, because there's supposed to be a really clear
Okay,
one, but
okay.
it just didn't feel like that to me.
You weren't getting those vibes.
His motivation, he got a divorce,
Oh.
and for some reason he wants to buy back his childhood home.
Okay.
This is really important.
Is this
to
like
him.
a midlife crisis guy?
Yes.
Okay.
But he has to come up with $80,000 down payment,
Was this a nice? What kind of house
which
is this?
doesn't make sense. It's like, dude, you could totally get a loan. You own a toy store.
Yeah. You could put that up for as like.
Like, you don't need that much for a down payment.
Yeah.
But the mayor's insisting. Both these people know the mayor very intimately. Like,
Oh,
like not
intimately?
romantically,
Okay.
but intimately.
Okay,
like they're
okay.
buddies. Joe.
I'm assuming there's a rivalry. Like.
Yeah.
do
Oh
these-
yeah. So their parents.
Okay.
Like their fathers, both their fathers
Yeah.
were in business together.
Oh.
And one of them
Oh no.
like either left or did something underhanded. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
This movie was hard to focus. Like I was writing notes down, but it was hard to really understand what was going on.
And because that the toy store split.
Yeah, originally it split. It was together and then
Yeah.
it split. So they're not happy. My second note of this thing is no one has the Alice dolls, which is a big part of this movie. The beginning part of this movie is each person is getting a phone call that someone wants to pre-order this Alice doll. Don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's just this Alice doll.
It's an important doll for the story.
Really important doll for the story. They both don't have it.
Oh,
So
no.
it kind of sets up that Connie's like the good one.
Okay.
And DeNova's like kind of like he'll say things that aren't true to get business and stuff.
Okay, so he's kind of the sleazy.
I thought that's
Oh.
what was happening. But then he does one thing.
One sleazy thing?
One sleazy thing. And it's not even that bad. It's
Yeah.
just a business thing, a sales tactic. And then he's fine the rest of the movie. He doesn't do anything bad. I don't know who's bad in this movie.
Can you please explain to the people and me, what does he look like?
He looks like a doll.
That
So
did not help me at all.
I'm pretty sure DeNova, I think he's Hispanic.
Okay.
And he wears so much makeup that he has no wrinkles.
Oh.
No wrinkles whatsoever. But apparently he's older than Connie. But you wouldn't know that
Okay.
because Connie looks older than him.
Oh.
Yes. And he's constantly smiling.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Another one. Was your wife attracted to him?
I don't think so. But I didn't ask.
There's a smile going on. off
She probably
camera.
was
That
a little
kinda
bit attracted to
That
him.
looks a little bit like, yeah.
All right. Next note. Because we're just going to go through it. Old diner owner's name is Joe. I thought that was interesting.
Does he play any part of the story here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you just took one slice.
Nothing important.
Oh.
But you think he is.
Okay.
So he makes some...
Is he old?
Yeah, really old.
Really
old.
Wise?
He's very smart. Didn't go to Harvard. He makes that very clear. Loves the library.
Wait,
Helps the family out. Gives them a pie.
what family?
Connie.
Connie's family.
But he's also close with
Wait, is she
DeNova.
married?
She got... Her husband died.
Oh, so they're both...
Yeah, they're both wounded.
single.
Both wounded and single.
Oh, seems like a classic Hallmark.
It is.
Did he not make a pie for the guy?
No.
That's sexist.
So Connie has a mom.
Okay. Oh,
Joe's definitely into her.
definitely trying to get with the mom.
Definitely. Not and Joe, let me tell you, Joe is so old.
Were you nervous he was going to die while filming?
A little bit. It was a little rough. I did not think that he was like the old woman was actually pretty, but he's
Okay.
just kind of like a creepy looking old man.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of a rough and
Okay,
tough
yeah.
guy. Mentions the war at least once.
Which war?
I don't even
Could have
remember.
been on the first one.
All right. Main girl's brother has a gambling problem and is the comic relief.
Okay. Is he fun? Did he make you laugh at all?
Ironically, yes.
Oh, you had
But
a laugh.
ironically meaning like this is so bad.
Okay. Okay. Did you count how many chuckles you got though?
Oh no. I did laugh a lot, but it was because of how
Bad it was.
yes. Roy's Toys is the rival to the rivals.
Wait, there's a third Toy Story?
Yes.
What
You
does that mean?
thought DeNova and
Yeah.
Connie were going to be fighting this whole time, but no. It's Roy's Toys. Which as soon as I saw Roy, I recognized him, but I could not place him where he was from.
Don't tell me he's Roy from Ted Lasso.
No, Roy is Mike from Mike and Molly. That
that
TV
big-
show.
Yeah. Okay.
And I could not place him. I literally in the very end of my notes was like, from Mike and Molly.
So he's the villain.
He's bringing a big old toy store into the town.
So this town,
It's
this
going to
little
put them
town,
out of
I have a
business.
feeling, has
It's
now
pretty small.
3 toy stores.
Yes, but here's the weird part. Roy is not trying to really do anything nefarious, in my opinion. He ends up doing some nefarious things, but originally, all he wants to do is open a toy store in this town. He's not trying to put them out of business. He just is like, we want to open more toy stores, and this is a perfect town to do it.
Can I ask a very important question?
Sure.
Does he have the Dolly doll?
No.
Oh,
we'll
he
get into
doesn't-
that.
Okay.
So, he's coming into town. Both DeNova and Connie freak out. They go to the town records to see what they can do.
Wait.
Which
wait.
let me tell you, these town records look ancient. Like we're talking like parchment, but like a parchment paper phone book.
But wait,
It's so huge.
what would they do with that? What would
They're
wait,
just trying to see if they can't get him to not be in the town.
Is there an old law that says 3 toy stores are too many?
The mayor is way too invested in these toy stores, by the way. He is
has nothing
constantly
else
trying to
going
help
on.
these two people. He's just like, I don't know what we're gonna do about Roy. It's like, why would you care? He would bring in a ton of business for
Yeah.
you. What's wrong? It's like my wife's just like, to support the family business. And I
Oh
was like,
my
you be quiet. That's not what Roy's not trying to do that. DeNova has great idea. Form a pact. Joe, we're talking that what you're thinking is going to happen in the story never ends up happening. You think that there's going to be this rivalry between these two toy stores? Nothing. There is literally nothing that happens like that. Within the first 30 minutes, DeNova's like, we should team up.
Okay, I was just about to ask, where is this in the movie's length?
And in the team up, they're in the diner, right? Joe's diner.
Yes.
Yes.
Joe's back.
And DeNova proves he knows more than anybody about Bugs Bunny.
Wait. What do you mean? Why is that even?
He makes a Bugs Bunny quote, and Connie goes, "No one's gonna know what that's from." He's like, "Are you serious?" And he names the TV show and the year it aired, and then goes on to name several other ones.
You know that was the writer who just was like, everyone actually likes Bugs Bunny quotes.
So they come up with this plan to team up, right? They get their co-workers together. They're the ones that work in their stores, right? And they're like, "Hey, are you guys gonna have an issue with this?" No issues. None. The team's
They're setting it up like it's gonna be a problem.
The team legit goes, "We're actually all really close friends." And actually, Kenny from your store is is gonna elope with that girl from this store. And the only reason, Kenny's getting some, because
Is Kenny looking like he's pretty happy right now?
he's him and the pastor of this town are the only black people I saw. But
Kenny was a black guy?
the lady that he's eloping with goes, "We're gonna elope," and Kenny very nonchalantly raises his eyebrows and goes, just a quick little eyebrow raise. Yeah,
Yeah, we
smile.
are.
I was like, that's why I write, Kenny's having a fun time. So This is the only really nefarious thing that
Have the dolls come up yet? Again.
We're going back to the
Okay.
dolls right now. Roy from Roy's Toys is paying to get a special doll. The special dolls.
Oh, just
from
so
him.
he has them.
That's what we think, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I was thinking.
If
Because
Roy
we
also
not.
isn't a bad guy, I'm gonna be angry.
But here's the thing: all the interaction Roy has with the two owners,
Mm-hmm.
he's super pleasant. He's just like, "Howdy, Connie. How are you doing today? I see that. I love your store. It's
is
so
it playing
quaint."
like evil music? So it's like
No.
okay.
It's like
it's just everyone actually
sleigh bells ring a ling ting ting ting. It's just so stupid.
God, I love
And
Hallmark movies.
So in a way that DeNova and Connie try to get the business is, I know you wanted me to go fast. There's just no way.
No.
There's
This
no.
is, you're so good on time.
Okay.
You are so good on time, dude.
So
You are golden.
they're like, pancake party. That will
what?
steal Roy's business. Pancake
What is
party.
that even? Why?
They make pancakes.
For their customers?
Yeah, tons of customers. Pancakes everywhere.
Because at Christmas time, you need pancakes.
And Roy came and was very genuinely wanting some pancakes.
It's awesome.
He was like, "Can I have some?"
Is Joe there? Did Joe come
Joe's
for some
kind
pancakes?
of sorry, I forgot to tell you. Joe very like charmingly gets in with the old lady. He wants piano lessons.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he said he wants to learn how to play the bridal music as
Kenny and,
walking down the aisle because his niece is getting married or something like that.
and not to Kenny.
Not to Kenny. No,
'Cause
Kenny. That is
they're
all
lucky.
you see of Kenny is that
that's
one
it?
bit.
Oh, he kind of became my favorite so
Yeah,
fast.
I know. Eyebrow raise. Good to go. All right. So
Wait, So the pancake and
that's it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
So then after that, they find out the truck that has all their dolls on it is
Which one were
going
they
to
called again?
Alice dolls.
Alice dolls.
Is changing course and going to Roy's Toys.
Which is in the same town.
They very quickly say, "That's illegal. We paid for those." And as a business, they're 100% right.
Yes.
They can't.
Yeah.
You can't just not take the product to where you paid for it.
Yeah.
So then they call this trucker up and do a master class in acting.
Okay.
And when I say that, they just act all hicky and like truckers.
Pretend they're Roy.
They're like,
Oh God.
they're just like, "Listen here, man, you're going to the wrong place. I think you're way off course." And they just literally say, and they talk like that, which is the worst thing ever. Now,
Are they the bad guys?
questions.
Okay.
So they, the pacing in this
Does
show.
it work? The trucker.
Yes.
Okay.
But let me tell you,
Where are we at time wise? Like in the movie? Do you
it's
think?
moving so quick.
Like 45 minutes in now?
Apparently it was an hour and a half, but it felt like it was just moving.
That's a good sign of a good movie.
I don't know because the pacing was so wild. So they call the trucker. The trucker's like, "Oh, well, okay, I guess I'll change course and stuff." So the trucker shows up. His truck is a mess.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Wow, you made really good time." He's like, "Yeah." They're like, "How'd you get here?" "Oh, I just crossed the river here at this point." And they're like, "Oh, that river doesn't have a bridge." And the trucker goes, "Yeah, I know."
Wait, what?
First off, this is like an 18-wheeler truck. You
Yeah.
think an 18-wheeler truck, like a
crossing
semi,
a
is going to
river?
cross a river?
My God.
Not on a road. And they just let that slide, which was wild. This is where I put Roy Barnes as Mike from Mike and Molly.
Can you please reread that note again?
Roy
you wrote
Barnes
it?
is Mike from Mike and Molly.
That's all.
That's all I wrote.
Okay.
Bobsled competition.
What?
So let me tell you, this was probably the most infuriating part of the whole movie for me because they set up. DeNova becomes the dad figure for Connie's little kid that she
Oh.
had, and
Is there a little
the
kid, a girl,
stupidest
or a boy?
boy.
Okay.
Bad actor, doesn't matter.
Of course.
I should say that during where Roy is meeting with the nefarious people to try to get the Alice dolls, Connie's brother drives by and yells out the window to Roy, "Hey, Roy, Neil Armstrong, Neil Armstrong,"
What?
and then just drives away. And Roy understandably goes, "What?"
What does that mean?
It,
Are we dumb for not knowing?
No, nobody knows, but he does explain it in the movie.
Okay.
He's like, Neil Armstrong went to space
Yeah.
And he's doing the whole,
Uh-huh.
and everyone at the table that they're eating at is like, we don't know what you're
What do
talking
you?
about.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, well, it's just what the kids are into. And then he looks at the little kid and he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That was it.
Yeah,
Good God.
it was bad.
Is the
Bobsled
bobsled
competition.
Was it the store's ideas for a
No,
bobsled,
this
or
was a
this the
town.
mayor?
It's
Okay.
a town.
Okay.
Roy decides to
Enter?
sponsor a bobsledder kid
Oh.
named Boots.
Boot. That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
Also a black kid, realizing that now. Boots the black kid.
So there's 3 black guys in this movie.
Yes.
That's a lot for a Hallmark
Yeah,
movie.
it's pretty good. We're hitting the
You
thing.
got the quota.
The main characters. So at this point, Connie and Denova, they're working together. They're having a
Yeah.
great time. In fact,
Now-
there's some romance
I was
brewing
about
between
to
them,
say.
right?
Okay.
Clearly.
Yeah.
That just it's ridiculous.
Is it any will they won't they yet, or is it just little
Joe,
flirts?
there's no time for that in this
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
So
This is not
Denova
about
says he'll help her son for the bobsled team. He won it way back when.
Got
Doing
it.
all this stuff. He'll help him win again. There is no sponsorship on this bobsledding thing. Roy just decided to do it. Connie even makes it things like, we've never sponsored kids
Yeah.
before.
Okay. Are we supposed to dislike Boots? Or is
Kind
Boots an
of.
innocent bystander?
Boots is kind of an innocent bystander. His friend, though, is the one with the big mouth.
Okay.
I don't remember his name, but
Okay,
he's,
but it's not as cool as Boots.
not as cool as Boots. But he does have a pretty thick New Yorker accent.
Whoa.
For a little
small
kid.
town, that's pretty
It's
impressive.
like, what do you think, Boots? You think we can do this, man? It's just like, what are you talking about, kid? So, I was the most frustrated about the bobsled. You know what bobsledding is, Joe,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? You know, the tight turns
Yes.
and stuff. This is not a bobsledding competition, Joe.
Oh.
It is a sledding competition. And
that
I
makes
was
more
most
sense.
let down by this.
Yeah.
Now,
Because they were calling it a bobsled, I'm assuming.
yeah, I wrote down in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I said bobsled competition, but it's actually just sledding. Very frustrating. And then Boots is dead.
What?
So during the bobsled competition, it switches to the most horrible CGI race I've ever
no.
seen in my
Yeah.
life. But at the
For
end,
sledding?
Boots hits a berm and flips over, and flies
Yeah.
out of his bobsled. So I said Boots is dead.
Boots is dead.
It turns out he's not. He just got covered in snow.
Okay. Which makes sense. They were just sledding.
Another thing to point out. Roy acts very normal, like he's surprised the 2 toy store owners are upset with him for trying to steal their business, and I believe it.
Roy is not a bad guy.
He's just a businessman.
Just like, what?
All right. There's a character now that has kind of sneaked her way into this.
Okay.
And I didn't notice her right away. It actually took a while. Joe's Diner has a waitress, Francine. Also,
Terrible name.
I might have missed it because I did have to run upstairs real quick.
Yeah.
But apparently someone was shoplifting from the stores, the toy stores. I did not know this. So they've been trying to find them, the shoplifters throughout this whole time. Now, I don't remember the brother's name. He is an idiot.
Yeah.
We've already established this. Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
And Francine has a massive crush on him. Massive. So there is like a party.
Yeah.
And they're going around. This has to be said in this way.
Yeah.
And he picks up a cupcake and takes like a little lick from the frosting. Gross.
Yeah.
Francine comes up behind it and goes, a bigger lick. Licks it. Disgusting. And she's just creeping on him the whole time.
Yeah.
Turns out Francine was the shoplifter, and the reason she did it was just because she wanted his attention.
He didn't own the toy store, though.
No. A last-ditch effort for Roy.
He's not a bad guy.
Because Connie's son won the race, clearly.
And he sponsored it and lost.
Yeah, and clearly everything's going well. At this point, literally right after this race, not enough exposition has happened, but Connie and Roy, they make out.
Roy?
Sorry, Ron, Connie and Denova.
Okay.
Not Roy.
Oh my
They
God.
make out. They get into a relationship.
Whoa.
But then Roy throws in 80% off at his store. That was all Roy threw in 80% off.
No
Connie gets
romance.
angry, goes to the business, yells at him, Neil Armstrong, again.
Wait, no. Now both
I'm
siblings?
skipping some things, but I don't have enough time.
Okay.
So she yells Neil Armstrong at
Mm-hmm.
him after basically saying, "Roy, you're the scum of the scum," and Roy's just like,
What?
"I'm just doing business.
Yeah.
Like, I'm opening this new spot. I want to get some foot
Yeah.
traffic and 80% off for the holidays." I believe him.
Yeah. He does not seem like a terrible person.
Quick, this is the very end.
Okay.
In this span of time, DeNova, he finds out he isn't going to make enough money to get this house before somebody else buys it. So in the
I
intern,
completely forgot about the
yeah,
house.
exactly. He ends up selling his store to Roy, or saying he's going to. Coincidentally, Connie, she's in debt. She has a loan that she needs to pay
Yeah.
off. It is the same amount of money that DeNova has saved up currently, right now, in his account. DeNova tells Connie, "I've decided to take Roy up on his offer. I'm going to work for Roy because I want my house. I
Yeah.
really want my house, Connie.
Yeah.
Give me my house." It kind of makes it very clear. I need this house. Bad move because they're now in a relationship or something.
Yeah.
Connie is like, "No way," but in doing so, she's also going to lose her store.
Oh, no.
They go to court with them. Turns out Roy did not pay to have the dolls. That was a different thing. He blackmailed one of the council members to vote yay for having him in the town. They find out about this.
So he was a bad guy.
Yeah, well, no.
Oh.
Here's the funny thing. Once he finds out, oh, I'm not going to get this story, he's like, well, sometimes that happens. He doesn't care enough. He's just kind of like disappointed, but like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess, I'll just go somewhere else. And then as soon as this shindig's done at the courthouse, wedding.
What? Their wedding?
Yes. And Joe,
Wait.
this is the most
wait,
infuriating
wait.
part. No. This is not the wedding. So it sets up in the pastor that we saw. He goes, "We never thought we'd see the day." And then they awkwardly look at each other. Everyone's just kind of awkwardly looking at each other. They very slowly start walking down the aisle. No vows. Nothing has
Nothing's been said?
Nothing's been said between them at all. They walk down the aisle,
What?
fade to black, end the movie.
You don't even get an ending kiss?
Not really, no. It's just the worst horrible walk off screen that I've ever seen in my life.
It's like they ran out of time.
The whole movie feels like they're running out of time. It's like it just jumps from thing to thing, and like there's no weight behind anything that anybody's saying. Roy is my favorite person in the whole movie, which really goes to
Where's
show.
he from, by the way?
I don't even remember. Like
No. Like, where's the actor from?
Mike and Molly.
Mike and Mom.
Yeah, the sitcom Mike and Molly.
Justice.
Yes,
You have to give it a rating.
I rated it a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
And I'm using Hallmark movie
Yes.
standards. It makes Christmas Ghost seem like a 10 out of 10 movie.
People need to hear your Christmas ghost. Who's your favorite character?
Roy.
Roy. Got it.
Roy from Roy's Toys is clearly my favorite character. He's the only one that seems normal in the whole thing and is clearly surprised by everyone's behavior.
What a fantastic start to your Hallmark Christmas list.
These are very hard to get through fast. There's
Now,
too much detail.
You did. I think that was 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot to talk about.
Which
I'm sorry, you guys.
We will see. We might need to figure out a
do a
quicker
poll.
way to do it,
Do a poll.
or potentially have it as cut in separate, like a Hallmark episodes, like midweek, where it's just a movie review. We'll see. Because I enjoyed that, but I don't know how it will work for listeners, if they'll care at all.
Well, I know another
genuinely
person who might like it.
I think they're so funny, and I think part of that's because I know I don't have to.
And
do
they're
anything.
terrible.
I don't have to watch it, but you do.
Yeah.
You are lucky you don't have Netflix, because I found a terrible movie that I wanted to send to Kirsten. That I was like, you guys have to watch this movie.
What's it called?
Let me see. I should have.
It doesn't really matter. You can always tell me later.
It is called.
Father Christmas is back.
That's-
Too late. Already watched it twice.
Yeah, I'll have to send it later because now I, for some reason, can't find it on my. Oh, Hot Frosty.
I think I've seen that. It's like
A frost.
a pretty cool looking Frosty.
Like it's a magical scarf that turns the Frosty the snowman to life, and he falls in love. The lady falls in love with him.
Okay.
It just made me feel like, oh, there's
Wow.
got to be a Justice Hallmark movie here.
Yikes. Yikes. Okay, Joe. I need to stop being the one talking
Okay.
now at this point.
Well, that could be a problem
Okay.
because I had a game.
Okay.
Do you feel up to playing a game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Did you ever come up with a game show song?
No.
Okay, you forgot it.
I almost just threw one out there randomly, but I don't want to be stuck with it if it.
All right. So, to set this up, I need you to tell me 5 people's names.
Uh-huh.
Me and you are on that list.
Yes.
So then 3 people's names.
Okay. Anybody.
Anyone.
Okay. All right. We're going to
Okay.
throw Willie in there because he's just great to have in there.
Okay, Willie is a fantastic choice.
Jesse.
Jesse, our brother.
And Kirsten.
Okay, your wife.
I'm worried about putting her in lists.
Justice. I don't know what I call this, what the name of it actually is. But some people have called it the verb game,
The verb.
and other people it's just
Oh,
like,
Lord.
so I'm going to say one word. And you, as quick as you can, have to say a name, the first of those 5 people that you think of.
Okay.
when you
With
hear
that
it.
verb.
Yeah.
Or adverb. Well, yeah. Okay.
So the fact that you have 2 brothers in here. Okay, so like if I said wife, quick,
Kirsten.
see,
If
super
I
fast.
said something else, that
If
would
I
be
said favorite brother,
Joe.
oh, oof, take that. So you get how this plays.
Uh-huh.
Best gamer.
Me?
No, see, that was Willie. You messed it up already.
Oh.
But you can't, you have to do it
As quickly
As
as possible.
quick as you
without
can.
thinking.
because if you think you're going to change your real thoughts.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. I'm going to do my best,
Okay.
Joe.
So I'm just going to start with a few more simple ones.
Okay.
Okay? Blue.
Willie.
Okay.
Oh, you know, Joe.
Okay. TV.
Jesse.
Family.
Joe.
Whoa. Okay, I like it. Okay.
Gotta get your list
Gotta
now.
get my list. All right. Strong. That's way too.
Nobody came to mind.
Not even yourself.
I can't say myself. You just said I can't
The
say
first
myself.
one on. No, you
Jesse.
can't. You're a part of the list.
Oh.
You're in the list. Me, you, Jesse,
But
Kirsten.
when I said gamer, you said no.
Because Willie's the better gamer.
Oh, okay. You made me think that I couldn't use myself.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, I was going to say me.
Okay. It's like the first real one, you messed it up.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's hard.
Ready?
Yeah.
Youth.
Kirsten.
Podcast.
You.
Gum.
Joe.
Wait,
Again.
what?
Just kidding.
I'm gonna have to stop you on
Yeah.
a few of these. Why'd you say me for that?
Because if you have gum, you'll chew it all day.
Oh, wow. Way to go. Love.
Kirsten.
Oh man. This is probably I really was hoping some or some. Okay.
Wouldn't it be wild if I said Willie?
That would have been awesome. Plane.
Jesse.
Slip.
Willie.
Wait. Okay. Foot.
You.
What?
Stop laughing at me. I'm just saying. Just doing what you told me.
Okay. Purple.
Kirsten.
God.
Kirsten.
Wow. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Church.
Ooh.
Fast. Fast.
Probably me.
Okay. Nothing more.
You.
Okay. That's like
Is okay, Jesse, you, me. Okay. For some reason I think Bo's in that list, but he's not.
No, just 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Levi.
Me.
Okay. Nice. Train.
That one was a hard one. Nothing came to my mind.
Okay. Love language.
Kirsten.
Package.
You.
What?
You.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at the love language
for
one.
you.
Okay. Booty.
Kirsten.
Over yourself?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did we ever talk about this on the podcast?
What?
No one's talked about a butt more than you. You talk about your butt like so because you have a nice juicy butt.
Thank you. I appreciate
But
it.
like you always have to make like if a butt gets mentioned, you're like, yeah, but look at what I got.
Not in
going here."
comparison to. Never mind.
PG Justice.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Did I already say Lost?
No.
Lost.
Jesse.
You are what? You just did that for me, right? You
Yeah, I did.
okay? Okay. Swimming,
You.
Dad.
Jesse.
Tony.
Jesse.
What's with the lemon?
You.
Okay. Food.
Me.
Oh, pizza.
Me.
Papa John's.
Me.
Wow, just all you, huh? No changes.
I'm a foodie, Joe.
That's fair. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, my list has got deleted. So
You deleted your list?
I've been thinking of this has all been unlisted,
You've
just
been,
me going.
You deleted your list?
I don't know what happened. I went to where my list is, and
It's
honestly, well, I know what happened. Where my list is, it says, "Am I the real me? Or is the version of me in people's heads the real me?" So
Well, that makes me think of you, Joe.
okay, thank you. I will. We will do this game again.
But now
with
I
a
know
better
what's
list.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can put new people in.
Yeah.
Kind of fun, right?
I like
the
that
verb
one.
game.
Yeah. I like it too.
So people also do it with no names. So you just have to say the first thing that you think
first
of,
name that pops in my
which
head.
is much more common.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen the clips. There's a podcast that I love called The Basement Yard, and they have the big ones where it's like that. Those are kind of the clips I saw of them that I really liked. It was good. It was a good idea for.
I like it. Too bad you deleted your list for a different thing to say.
I know that was a problem.
I like how probably in the morning you wrote that down, right? It was in the morning, and you deleted your other list.
Yeah, I think
You're
what
like,
happened
this is
'cause
clearly more important.
Yeah, I was so annoyed when I went to look at my list. I was like, it's not here, and now I can't think of anything. I had like probably 40 words.
Oh man.
So we'll do it again next week.
Okay.
Justice,
What?
what have we been playing? What have we been
Joe,
watching?
I've been playing something with you.
Oh my god,
Your new favorite game.
my new favorite game.
We've been playing a game together called Remnant 2.
So much fun.
It is a Dark Souls-esque shooter game.
Shooter, yeah. Which did you play the first one a lot? Okay, I barely
Not
played
a
the first
lot,
one.
but I played it.
Okay,
It was a great proof of concept,
yeah,
and this is way better.
it's so much fun.
It's a ton of fun.
There's one or two things I wish were easier to understand.
I can't understand the words.
Well, the game hurts my head.
Yeah.
Like it
Is
triggers
it better
my
now?
learning. No, like
It's still bad?
It just triggers
It feels like you understand more, though.
because we've been playing it.
Uh-huh.
But like I still don't like I look at all the text in the game.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I
I don't
can't
know what
fathom
the
what's
words
happening.
mean here. Yeah,
Wild.
but it's so much fun. We
a
beat
ton
the
of
base
fun.
base game.
Yes, we're working our way through the DLCs
Yeah.
now.
It,
And we'll probably replay it after that.
yeah, I've never played. I don't like Dark Souls games.
You did beat Wolong, though.
I did. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But there's something so I forgot like the fun of a game that's
kinda
like, really challenging, but especially when
But
you're
you can
playing
still
with someone.
Yes, and that you can still win.
Yeah.
You just it actually will you might die.
We fought a boss that after we beat it, when I tell you like my controller was wet from sweat just
gross.
because I was gripping the control so hard and so
I'm
scared.
just kind of like do.
Oh, I can't. I was freaking out that boss fight.
I just
It was-
laughing at you the whole time.
it was
You
so
seem
much
so
fun.
confident at the end. I got you. I could dodge you.
Yeah.
I could. You were really just panicking.
I
the
was.
Whole
I
time.
was trying to sound I
Confident?
was trying to get in his head. It's a
awesome.
CPU. It's not a real thing.
It's really funny. Yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing Arkham Origins,
Nice.
and I've been having a great time with that. It's a very underrated Batman game.
Yeah.
It probably because it was released too soon after Arkham City, so it just felt way too much the same.
And people were really angry that it was a different people that made
It wasn't
right?
Rocksteady. It was Warner Brothers.
That's the one that starts with the blade or the Deathstroke fight, right?
It doesn't start with it,
Oh, okay.
but it is pretty early on in
Yeah.
the game.
I like that game a lot.
And it's a blast. So I've been playing that. I've been trying to make my way through that because I have a lot of games. I have a lot of back catalog to get through.
Yeah.
A
It
lot.
keeps on growing somehow.
It just keeps getting crazier.
I don't know where it's like you're
Oh my God.
almost-
I'm so excited for new internet.
why?
I cannot. I hate Xfinity, first
Yeah.
off. And they are killing me on their prices. And this one's so much cheaper. It's uncapped, and I can just download games all the time.
The updates.
No, Xbox games are huge now, bro.
Yeah.
I want to get Stalker 2, but it's 130 gigabytes.
How do you have all that storage on your Xbox?
I got rid of Call of Duty. At least like bigger, like a lot of the expansions. It's
Are
freed
you
up a lot of
talking
space.
about? Is this for real?
Yeah.
You're not using this as into Windows?
No, I'm talking legit. I also want to get Genshin, but I can't.
I got confused. I'm confused now when you're talking about getting stuff. I'm so lost.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, no, I got a lot of stuff to play. So I'm not unlike you. I have too much right now.
What are you watching? Watching anything?
From obviously almost done with it.
Almost done. I think next week
Yeah,
is
last
or the
one.
Sundays.
Right before Thanksgiving, makes sense.
Oh.
And then obviously Happy Show's New Girl.
Still watching that?
Yeah.
You didn't
Oh
finish
yeah.
it? I don't know. I assume for some reason that show's one that you blast through.
I mean, we make a good dent in it, but they're 20-minute episodes, and it was back where there was like 20 episodes per season, so it takes some time.
24.
Yeah.
It was rarely every 20. It was either 24, 21, 16.
Listen here, know-it-all. What have you been playing and watching?
Well, you already said Remnant.
Yeah. Your new favorite game.
I love that game so much. And then I just downloaded Genshin Impact because sexy waifus.
They're not that sexy.
Okay, whatever.
They're just girls.
Yeah, I'm just a guy. It's a simple thing.
The males in the game are way cooler anyway.
That's not true.
There's literally an ice guy and a flame guy. What are you talking about?
I haven't seen either of
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Wait till you see them. They're amazing.
But it seems fun. I don't know. It was a big download, so I feel like I have to play it.
You have to. Give it some time.
Yeah. And I still haven't watched Arcane season 2 yet. I'm really upset about that because I really want to. So I haven't really been watching. Hopefully this Friday. Last Friday something came up, so me and Bo couldn't watch it. But leading into that, because I watched a little season 1 recap. I'm gonna reveal my little tease earlier that I said I'd do next episode, but I'm gonna do it this episode.
Okay. No, you're not.
What? What do you mean? That was so. You know what? Because of that, Justice.
No.
Because
Wait,
of
hold on.
that.
You
That's
should've-
been what's with the lemon.